what's up, guys? Back again. Whoo, coming in hot, guys. Wow. Okay. Welcome back, or for sure your first time to my channel, welcome back with you again. Back for the third part of this series of videos, sharing my full movie collection, or at least the full. I don't know if I'll get down into doing digital and all that kind of stuff, and some of the steel books and all that kind of stuff. I guess we'll just see how it goes, but I'm at least going to show you all of my movies that I have in my chests, and and go from there, I guess. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying it. If this is you're following along, if you haven't seen previous parts, please go and do that. So far I'm getting through one category or letter per video, because I want to get into rambling, talking about the movie, my opinions on the movie, and stuff like that. So it's but without further ado, let me again. Here I'm starting to ramble already, and we haven't even gotten into it. Let's go ahead and start with letter B, and we're starting off with a bang right off the bat, man. I'm sorry, I'm shaking this table. I hope. Are we good? You good? Okay. Starting off with a bang. Ooh, we've got the Blu-ray version. This is, I think, the 30th anniversary collection. We've got Back to the Future. We've got Back to the Future Part 2, and then, of course, we've got Back to the Future Part 3, and there's a bonus disc that came with this set as well. There you go. Man, Back to the Future is arguably the best trilogy, or it either is or it's close to the perfect trilogy of movies. I myself am not a big fan of the third one. I never was a big fan of the third one because it takes place in the West, and I'm not big on westerns and the West and stuff like that. It's just that stuff has never really interested in me. Wow, interested me. So I think that's why I always kind of bounced off the third one. I think it's a great. I still think it's good though. I will still watch it. Anytime it was on TV or whatever, I would still watch it because it's Back to the Future. It's like, ooh, I'd rather be watching the first or second one, but it's still Back to the Future, so I'm gonna watch it. Fantastic movies though. Especially the first two. Especially the first one. I watched this so many times over the years, I couldn't even tell you a number. Just, man, I'm a big fan of those movies for sure. That's really all I can say. If you've never seen Back to the Future, check out Back to the Future. I don't know. I know people are born every day, so it's not everyone has seen it. So, and if there's someone that's younger in your life that you've never shown Back to the Future, show them Back to the Future. Show them all the 80s movies for sure. Like, just the 1980s were fantastic. I was born in 86, the end of December of 86. I wish I could have been, a tween or a teen in the 80s, man. I love the 90s. I love growing up in the 90s. I'm proud to be a 90s kid. There's a lot of stuff that we got that, I am happy and grateful that I got to experience and stuff. But man, the 80s, the music, the movies. Oh, anyway, woo. Let me get off my soapbox. But yeah, Back to the Future. Ooh. Next up, we've got Bad Teacher. Cameron Diaz, Justin Timberlake. Can't really remember anybody else that's in it. It's all right movie. It's a raunchy comedy. I enjoyed it. It's pretty good. I think I got it. I probably I picked that up pretty cheap, or I maybe got it at Dollar Tree or something like that. It's like I didn't spend a whole lot on it. Next up, we got Batteries Not Included. This one here, I know that I saw as a kid, but I don't remember anything about it other than it's about like little alien spacecrafts or whatever, that like miniature like alien spacecrafts like helping this family. It's all I remember about it. I really wanted to rewatch it because I saw it mentioned in some kind of video or something on YouTube. I really wanted to rewatch it, so I ended up buying it, I think, for like $5 or something like that. But still haven't rewatched it. But there it is, Batteries Not Included. So I don't really have much to say about that. But I think, because so far I think, Back to the Future was Blu-ray. My bad. Anyway, I was gonna say I think we got our first Blu-rays of this letter, but no. So man, B's got it going on because they have Back to the Future. Now we got Batman. We got Batman Returns, of course. Tim Burton, Michael Keaton. Woo. My favorite of the Batman. I mean, they're all good in their own right, but it's like my favorite. This is the one this is, I guess, my era. Batman Forever. Then this one, it's like a lot of people hate on this movie. I like it. It's compared to the previous three, it's poop, but still pretty damn good. We got Batman and Robin, of course, George Clooney, Arnold as Mr. Freeze, with all those just great one-liners, which, you know, I think that's one of the reasons why so many people hate on it so much, because they're just like, Arnold and all these one-liners. I mean, I enjoy it. I do it all the time. To my fiance, we will be, you know, the way it comes up, I don't, you know, whatever, but I'll just be like, all right, everyone, chill, you know, kind of thing, or whatever, all the time. And then, because it's Batman, I got it in here because it's the only other Batman movie that I own. For now, we got The Dark Knight. So, what can I say about Batman? Batman was like was my first superhero. Got introduced to it with Batman Returns with Keaton. So, I mean, you can't go wrong with Keaton Batman. I know a lot of people are Christian Bale. It's all about Christian Bale. I think Keaton might be the best. I also really like Val Kilmer. Because, again, it's like that one I owned as a kid. That was the one that came out. I was the target demographic. I had a bunch of the toys. I had the VHS tape. I would watch it pretty much daily for a time. Then next up we have this was a collection, so they're all together. We have got Beethoven, Beethoven's Second, and Beethoven's Third. What can I, man? The first one, I also really like the second one. The first and second one, I don't know if I've ever seen the third. But I bought the collection obviously just for the first and second one. I loved those movies as a kid. I absolutely love those. I don't hear a lot of people talk about the Beethoven movies these days, but man, there was a time when those kind of had a stranglehold on, you know, I guess the youth. Like when I was a kid, it's like everybody was talking about Beethoven. Next up, we've got Beetlejuice, again with Tim Burton and Michael Keaton, Gina Davis, Winona Ryder. Man, just what can I say about it? Just classic, absolute classic. Cannot beat Beetlejuice. I watched this so many times growing up. So many times just over the years on TV, and then once I had the DVD. I've had that DVD for forever. Now we're on to back with Joan Cusack. Not Joan. That's his sister, John Cusack. I told you it's like, you know, I went through a phase just with John Cusack. I don't know. I just really enjoyed the movies, but it's like this one here, Better Off Dead, fantastic dark comedy. Really, really enjoy this one. Great movie. 1985. I wasn't even born yet, guys. 1985, but fantastic movie. Fantastic movie. Then we've got Beowulf, the director's cut. This a CGI, full CGI movie. I don't remember a whole lot about it, honestly. I remember liking it, and I think I ended up getting this for free or getting it really cheap. So that's really all I gotta say about Beowulf. Beowulf. Next up, we have Beverly Hills Cop, Eddie Murphy. And we've got Beverly Hills Cop 2. Fantastic movies. Great movies. I mean, they're classics. Eddie Murphy, kind of prime Eddie Murphy, I guess. I mean, for a lot of people, it's prime Eddie Murphy. Then we got on Blu-ray, we've got Big, starring Tom Hanks. He makes a wish on one of those fortune teller machines that he as a kid, that he wants to be big, and he wakes up the next day and boom, he is an adult. Man, because it's a trap. It's like, ooh. But great movie, and the fact that, he gets the job that he gets with the toy company and everything like that, as a big toy collector myself as an adult, man, it's like, I love this movie. I love Tom Hanks. Performance is great. Movie's great. Just one of my favorites. It's like I've watched this so many times growing up. So I ended up getting the Blu-ray really cheap. I think I maybe paid $8 for it, and I got the Blu-ray and the digital code for like $8. So this one here, I'm eventually gonna do some sort of review or deep dive or something on this movie, because I absolutely love this movie and it just not get talked about very often, and that is Big Fish. Ewan McGregor is the lead role in this movie, and it basically tells it's a son retelling his father's dying, because I don't think that gives anything away in the movie, because it kind of happens, but his father's dying, and it's the son basically retelling the life story of his father as he knows it, as his father told him, all these adventures that he had, and some of them are pretty wild. They're fable-ish. And he doesn't believe that they're real. Like he tells the story, and like some of them are pretty out there. And it's I don't know. There's just something about it. I absolutely love it. It's fantastic. Like I said, I want to do a full review of this movie because I don't hear it talked about a lot. It's one of those that I think has kind of just gotten lost over the years. But I remember first seeing this and just absolutely just loving it, and I've watched it quite a few times over the years, and I haven't watched it recently, however, so it's like good time to rewatch it and do a review. So maybe I'll do that eventually. And yes. Now we get it. Now, what? I don't know what transition I was going for there. Anyway, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, and then we got Bill and Ted Face the Music. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and Bogus Journey. Oh man, as a kid, I watched these movies so many times, and they came on TV quite a lot, which is how I saw them. Especially, I think Bogus Journey came on more than Excellent Adventure. Love those movies. I watched them when I was really young. It was probably what because the first one, it says 88. So it had to be at least early to mid 90s when I first saw these. Loved Keanu from watching this. Speed, eventually The Matrix. Huge Keanu Reeves fan growing up. Point Break. Loved Keanu. Long before everyone suddenly, because he used to, people forget for a long time, Keanu Reeves got dragged. Like, people, the majority of people made fun of him, said he couldn't act, he was a terrible actor, he was parodied a lot. It wasn't until John Wick came around, suddenly everybody's a Keanu Reeves fan. And I'm over here, and it's like, I don't like to be that person where, like, I was a fan long before everyone else was, or something like that. But I love Keanu from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and Speed, especially, like Point Break, as I said. And then again, especially when The Matrix had a stranglehold on me when it came out in '99. I was a huge fan of Keanu. I don't like, I liked Bill and Ted Face the Music, but as a whole, you know, I don't like the direction that they went with it, because I feel like it kind of really, it messed up the story that they were telling with the first two movies, you know, about them, and, you know, especially in the fact that, you know, when they show the future and they saved it, it's they have their statues, it's their music, it's their, you know, their holograms that they're showing, and then, you know, they did what they did with Face the Music. I don't know. I didn't like what they did with it. I enjoy it. Face the Music is okay, but it, and obviously enough to where I bought it. I only paid like $3 or $4 from it from Redbox, but still liked it enough that I own it. But Excellent Adventure and Bogus Journey, man. That's what I was talking about with trying to, after, you know, 20, 30 years, trying to make a sequel to a movie or a series, and it just not having the same, it's missing something. This a good example for me. Anyway, I'm sorry. On we go. Onward and upward. Next up, we got Black Dog with Patrick Swayze, Randy Travis. Meatloaf is the villain in this movie, and he's fantastic. This is a great movie. This underrated movie. I don't know what to say about this one. I mean, I guess I could give you a synopsis, but, you know, whatever. Look it up if you're interested with any of that, you know, any of those actors I said. Fantastic movie. Love that one. Then we got the Blade trilogy on Blu-ray, the collection of, we've got Blade 2, and we got Blade Trinity, which, you know, is the worst of the trilogy. I think the first one is the best. You know, Trinity gets a lot of people talk shit about that one. I was working at a movie theater when that came out, and so I went and watched it for free a couple times. I really enjoyed it. I liked, you know, I was a big wrestling fan, especially during that time. So the fact that Triple H was in it, Ryan Reynolds, of course, like, I love Ryan Reynolds. And then Parker Posey as the villain in that, she was fantastic. I don't know, I enjoy it. It's the weakest of the trilogy, but still pretty good. It's like, I'd rather watch the first one if I had a choice, but I do enjoy the third one as well. Next up, I'll never own the first one of this, but I love the sequel, and that is the Blair Witch 2 Book of Shadows, or I guess it's really called the Book of Shadows Blair Witch 2, but, you know, it's Blair Witch 2 Book of Shadows. Absolutely love this movie. I'm not a big fan of the original Blair Witch. This one's different in the fact that it's an actual movie. It's an actual, you know, story, and it's shot like a movie and everything like that. It's completely different. It's just, you know, it's taking the Blair Witch lore and stuff like that, and it's meta. You know, it taught these people, this group going out because they saw the first movie, or they saw the movie and wanted to go and experience it themselves and all that kind of stuff, and the weird shit that happens. But I really enjoy it. There's also a really, really gorgeous goth girl in it, if you're into that. She's not really goth in real life, just a character, but she's fantastic. I really enjoy it though. It's a good movie. It's a fun movie. I've watched it a lot of times. The first time I watched it, side rant, first time I saw this movie, it was probably shortly after it had come out. God, I don't even know when this came out, but I had just it had just come out recently and watched it. It scared the total shit out of me. Not so much watching it, but it affected me long term, because the night after later that night when I went to sleep, I had scariest series of dreams, and it freaked the hell out of me. But for some reason that made me like the movie more. I don't know. It's it's weird. Next up, we've got from Magnet, we've got The Bloodlands. I remember really enjoying this movie when I saw it for free, I think, on like Tubi. Ended up finding it at Dollar Tree. So for $1.25, I ended up picking it up. I don't know if I'll ever rewatch it again, but I really did enjoy it the first time I saw it. I thought it was pretty good. Then we've got Blow with Johnny Depp, Penelope Cruz, Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman, rest in peace. He is in it. Fantastic movie. Maybe Johnny Depp's best movie. Like he's fantastic. Everybody in this movie is fantastic. It's just a great movie. Again, it's kind of a biopic, like it's based on a real person. So it may not be 100% accurate. I don't know. I never really looked into it because I didn't want it to ruin the movie. This is an old ass DVD too, because it's got the Invena film, if anybody remembers that. But 2001, brilliant movie, brilliant. If you like Johnny Depp, if you like biopics, it's basically the story of a kid going from just being a young kind of hippie going out to California to smoke weed and party, and then he ends up becoming a drug lord. Okay, apparently my battery died, so I'm not really sure where I left off there with that, but yeah, Blow, fantastic movie. Check it out if you've never seen it. I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it. All right, next up, we have a dual disc here, The Blues Brothers and the Blues Brothers 2000. Bought this mainly for Blues Brothers, obviously. Great movie, classic movie. John Belushi, and because Jim's the brother, he's the one that's still alive. But John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd, great movie. One that I didn't appreciate as much, when I was younger. It definitely gets better, the older you get. Great movie though. Blues Brothers 2000, I remember seeing, I'm guessing, or between 2000 2002 or something like that. I think I saw it on TV, so it might have been closer to like 2002 or whatever. It was all right. John Goodman, it's like I've been a fan of John Goodman since Roseanne, and even though it's like, he not every role is his best, but it's like for Rose, it's like I like the guy, I like the actor, I like the character of Dan Connor from Roseanne, the most. It was okay. Again, it was one of those, the original Blues Brothers in the 80s, and then they decided to make a sequel in 2000 or 99. Probably is more when they filmed it. It was missing something. But all right, but the original Blues Brothers, great movie. Next up, we got Boogeyman Really good movie. Haven't seen it in a really long time, but I do enjoy this movie a lot. I have my laptop here, so then that way I can actually pull things up whenever I need uh, to when it doesn't come to mind, because that happens a lot. It's like my memory is kind of shoddy sometimes. But 2005, this was Barry Watson. That's the name that I was trying to think of. Barry Watson from Seventh Heaven fame. I remember this being good. I remember liking it enough that I ended up picking up the DVD at some point. I've had this for a long, long time. It says 2005 on IMDb, but the disc says 2004. Anyway, there's Boogeyman, and then I also have Boogeyman 2. I remember enjoying this one as well. This one is pretty good. I couldn't tell you a lot about it. I just remember, I just know it's very the lead is a woman in this one, and she suffers sort of a similar thing as Barry Watson's character in the first movie, and she is in like a mental hospital or whatever you want to call it, psychiatric hospital. But I remember liking it, and again, enough that I ended up picking it up at some point. Again, haven't seen that one in a really long time though. Next up, we've got Borat. What can I say about this movie? If you know Borat, I mean, it's Borat. Really enjoy this one a lot. Again, they did the thing where they waited too long to make a sequel, and the sequel's okay, but this one right here is great. Really enjoy this one a lot. Again, it's been a really long time since I've rewatched Borat, but I know when I first got that DVD, I watched it a bunch. But that's probably been, who knows, 10, 15 years, who knows? It's been a while. Next movie up is the Breakfast Club. This is the 30th anniversary edition, The Breakfast Club. Man, what a timeless movie. It's one of those that I feel like, I mean, I could be wrong because I am, I'm closing in on 40. I don't really know what school and what, being a teenager is like anymore. But I feel like, at least for me, when I was a teenager and, the early 2000s and stuff like that, this movie still held up, at least at that point, for what kids went through, what you went through as a teenager, trying to fit in, trying to kind of find your group, and you usually fall into some particular type of category, either the jock or the kind of not valley girl, but the character that Molly Ringwald plays, the kind of preppy princess type, spoiled rich girl, or the nerd, you kind of fall into one of those categories. So for me, this, at least whenever I was still young, I thought that this movie, even though it was made in the 80s, still held up. Tell me if it still does. I don't know. Maybe things have changed so much it doesn't anymore. But for me, I love this movie. It's a great rewatch. It's a great cast, and it's a classic. All right, next movie, we've got Bruce Almighty, Jim Carrey, another great one. Really enjoy this movie a lot. It's not. I mean, it's hard to compare this with the classics of like Ace Ventura and Mask and Dumb and Dumber and stuff. Jim Carrey's early work in the 90s was just, I mean, that's I think that's what he's best known for, and it's going to be best remembered for, at least for most people. I think that the current generation is going to probably remember him best for his work in the Sonic movies, because for some reason he just loves making those movies. He'll just continue to come back and make those movies, it seems like. But Bruce Almighty is a really good one. I really enjoy it. Jennifer Aniston is pretty good. I'm not a big fan of hers, but she's pretty good in it. Morgan Freeman, of course, is great as God in this movie, and Jim Carrey does his thing. I'm a big Jim Carrey fan. He always brings 100% every single time. And then Steve Carell, I think this was like his kind of breakout role. I mean, this is the movie that led to Evan Almighty, and him basically playing the role of like Noah building the ark and stuff like that. But this one's great. I remember the first time watching that, we had rented it because there were still video stores to rent, or at least maybe that might have been like the early days of Netflix, where you had to request a movie and they would literally send you a disc through the mail, and you'd watch it and then you would send it back. I remember watching Bruce Almighty for the first time and just howling with laughter watching that movie, especially certain scenes, like the one where they're live on air and he makes Steve Carell like just blah, 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 and stuff. It's just like, whew. That's one of those, like, that's one of the more memorable scenes from that movie. Next up, we got on Blu-ray Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Long before Sarah Michelle Gellar and the TV show Buffy the Vampire Slayer, we had Christy Swanson playing the role, and I remember seeing this when I was fairly young. I was a big fan of Luke Perry's character, at least in 90210, and Dylan McKay, I think was his name. Is that correct? I don't know why. See, I don't know why I remember useless information like that. Like remembering, I remember it being Dylan. His name was Dylan. Let me know. I mean, I'll look it up after, but let me know if I'm right. Dylan McKay. But I really liked that character in Beverly Hills 90210. So whenever this movie came out and I saw that he was in it, that was kind of a reason to see it. And it had vampires in it, and it had a pretty girl in the lead. So it's like, why wouldn't you want to watch it? It's campy, it's cheesy, but it's so good. I enjoyed a lot, and I think that I've never really watched the Buffy TV show, but I think that they kept a lot of that kind of campy, cheesy. There's seriousness, just like in this one. I mean, there's serious, dark tones and stuff too, but there is campy cheese as well. But Chrissy Swanson's great. Luke Perry is really good in this. As Pike is his character's name. Again, why do I remember this? I don't know. Paul Rubens is in it. He's kind of like the main villain's main like henchman, and he's fantastic in that. That's one of the highlights of this movie is Paul Rubens' performance. And Donald Sutherland is in it. I mean, it's David Arquette, very young. I think that might be like his first kind of like big role. Is in this as Pike's best friend. I don't remember his name, but he's in it. It's a good time. It's a good time. It's a definitely a great rewatch for me personally. So really do enjoy it a lot. It's really up there for me. Next, another one that I have not rewatched this movie in a long time, but when it back around the time that it came out, it was a big rewatch for me. I'm I'm trying to look it up real quick before I get. But we got The Butterfly Effect. Came out in 2004, so around that time, once I got the the movie, once I owned the movie, man, I watched this quite a few times. It's one of my favorites. Ashton Kutcher, Amy Smart. But this was the first, I think, really serious role that Ashton Kutcher took on, because everyone obviously knew him as Kelso from That 70s Show, which that was, his breakout role. That's how he kind of, got catapulted into like stardom and stuff. But this role was a lot more serious. This is kind of, he's does a really good job. His performance in this movie is great. It's a weird sci-fi. Not weird, but it's a trippy kind of sci-fi movie, and it's about this guy that discovers that he can time travel, basically, when using his journals. And so he can time travel, and kind of deals with the whole thing of like trying to change the past affects the future. One decision can obviously, it's like that ripple effect, and it affects other things. So The Butterfly Effect, it's a fantastic movie. It's trippy, it's good. Like Ashton Kutcher's really good in it. I mean, the whole cast is really good that's in it. But Ashton really, I think, really shows his talent in that one. All right, last but certainly not least, I have not watched this movie. Again, it's just one that I own, that I probably got for cheap or got for free. Still haven't watched it though, but it's Buying the Cow. Jerry O'Connell, Alyssa Milano, Ryan Reynolds. I'm trying to think of what this girl's name is. Oh man. Apparently Bill Bellamy is in this. It came out in 2002 apparently. Wow. Bridget Wilson Sampras, or it was Bridget L. Wilson at the time. But Buying the Cow, of course, Bridget L. Wilson from, I think she's at least, I guess at least for me, I know her best from Billy Madison, playing the love interest, Veronica Vaughn, but she was also Sonya Blade in Mortal Kombat. But she's in it. Ron Livingston is in it, apparently. Like I said, Bill Bellamy. Yeah, never seen this movie, so I don't know. It looks like, it came out in 2002. Don't even know what it's about. A commitment-averse man frantically hits the dating scene after his girlfriend starts pressuring him to pop the question. Okay. I don't know. 2002, I probably saw the cast, and that intrigued me, especially like Ryan Reynolds. And it's like I really do like Jerry O'Connell too, and everything that I've seen him in. Sliders is a great TV show. That's a little bit a side rant, but yeah, I like Jerry O'Connell as well. But that's it. That's it for B. We got through the B movies in this one. I don't know how long this was going to be, because I'm not sure how long the one previously was, but there's B for that one. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera because it's just a little TV table. They're janky anyway. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you're enjoying, this, and I'm trying to do a little. I don't want to make these super long and stuff like that, but it's like I wanted to do. Excuse me. I wanted to do more than just like this movie, that movie, this movie, because the first time I think I went through my DVD collection, that's what I did. I basically just went through the chest and you know, got this movie, this movie, this movie. You know, it was shorter, but it was, you know, wanted a little bit different, little, you know, talk a little bit about some of the movies and stuff like that as I'm going through. So hopefully you're enjoying it. If you are, you know, like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, you know. Let me know if you have any opinions about any of these movies, if you've seen them and you agree or you disagree, or, you know, hopefully maybe I turn someone on to a movie that they haven't seen before, and they end up that maybe becomes their favorite movie or one of their favorite movies. I mean, that's what I like so much about the YouTube thing, especially, but just, I guess, social media in general, is just you watch people sharing stuff like this, and suddenly you're like, oh, that sounds interesting, or like, oh, you know what, maybe you've been wanting to watch it and you haven't, and it kind of motivates you, like, okay, I'm gonna go check it out. You know, that's best case scenario in this kind of deal. But hopefully you're enjoying it. If you are, you know, like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, and please come back, you know, for the rest of them. And again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay awesome and keep collecting.